So, hi guys, welcome to another podcast of Banati Bombers. And today we have amazing guest with us, literally all across from the universe, seven seas apart. We have Wale from California, from USA. And great to have you, man. Great to have you. It's been an experience how we met like digital world. It's been an experience. So, give me a brief introduction about me first, then Wale can go ahead and I can introduce him too. So, I'm Sanchit. Currently in India, I study. My majors is in IT and my minors in business management. And I've been the part of this hackathon community, or you can say that the crypto industry. And I'm pretty deep into. I'm literally a finance nerd. You can say that I'm pretty deep into crypto, NFTs, and all this space. And I just met Wale from a hackathon. We chatted about things, and we like our thinking was aligned too much. It was like, oh man, we are like literally we are two crypto or finance nerds, and I thought it would be a pleasure to have a chat with you. So yeah, thanks man for coming us here and really appreciate it. Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me, Sanchez. So,
Sure, sure.
yeah, my name is Wale. My name is Wale. I'm a computer engineering major at UC Davis, and yeah, I'm a crypto enthusiast to say the least.
Gotcha. Yeah, cool. It's a good industry right now, booming, but it's been booming as of like last, you can say, couple of months. It's been booming,
Mm,
and yeah. So just before we move ahead and talk about this nitty gritty of stuff, just want to ask, like, with all of this digital experience, like your college is in online and mine too. How's the college experience have been till now? So like, what have you like? How do you contact or like chat with your friends? What platforms and how much the experience from a student as well as like as a person you have been in is this digital age when you are locked down and in like four walls?
hmm. Well, I can't say it's been all bad. It's been kind of both. In terms of actual learning, I'll say that no actual learning has gone on in most of the core classes so far. But it's been good. It's been a good experience for some of the other classes, like the general education classes, like just filler classes that I've been taking stuff outside the major. So it was good to learn some stuff. And I'd say the major the major thing that's been carrying, I'd say, all of us this in online school is just Discord. Without Discord, yo, it'd be a
uh,
very, very depressing place, honestly. So yeah.
agreed, man. Agreed. Totally agreed. So you are still in lockdown or no lockdown?
I'm still, yes, we are in lockdown in California. Other states they're more liberal with stuff, so they're open for the most part. Have restaurants, gyms, and stuff. Like here, they're trying to start getting that up, but like we're way behind everyone else because COVID is just doing whatever it wants. So at this point, everybody knows the basic social distancing stuff. So to be honest, everything should be open because there's not much point. I don't think the strict restrictions are doing much. So yeah.
Gotcha. And like the weather is great, but you can't enjoy it. Like you can still feel it, but it's not like way before than old times. It's not like old times, I would say.
Mm, yeah. I can
Yeah,
see the beautiful sun outside, but ain't nowhere to
yeah.
go. So.
uh, yeah, that's thing. Like in India, it's like it's either one or two or it's like 40. There's nothing in between. It's like two poles apart. It's
Yeah.
either black or it's either white. So it's not like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
So just wanted to ask, like, it's gonna be over until one time, like not over or like you will get to go out and like way before like you travel. So what would be like your first place you want to go out?
Mm, the first place I'd want to go, I'd say just probably back to England because England was pretty fun, but I haven't been in like a while, especially because of the pandemic and stuff. So that'd be very cool to do. And obviously, there are a bunch of other places in and around because I haven't been here for long to go and try, but like the pandemic just shut down all plans mid-year. So
Gotcha. England is like pretty progressing. They have a plan. Like they have literally a roadmap of like we are gonna open this on 1st of March, and like 5 weeks
Yeah.
we're gonna open schools, and like this is what we progress, this is what we observe, and then we observe this, and this is gonna be do next. So they have like a pretty good plan. They have planned out with like some variables here and there about the vaccine stuff. So if it goes pretty well, like they have planned out all of the nitty gritty stuff. I must say, like I was reading the news and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like far better than my
Yeah.
country, I can say.
Damn. I can say the same for America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were like the first to, they were like the first to, what's it called? Give the okay for the virus, for the virus vaccines.
Gotcha.
so-
Gotcha.
Yeah. They weren't waiting for anyone. They just want to get everything up and running. And it makes sense. Everything here is behind so-called biggest country in America, in the world. But it looks like
True,
the
man.
UK is ahead right now. Yeah, but at least if you can get everyone going with the first one, at least the second one won't be that bad. So you can figure that one out along the way.
Cool. Yep. That's true. That's true. So yeah, just moving on, and just wanted to ask, like, you said you are a crypto nerd, or like you are interested. So how, like, there has been a journey. There is like a learning curve to everything. How did you started from this, like getting into this personal finance, living under the means, living frugal, and this kind of stuff? So how do you think, like, where the journey or it started, like the mindset? There is a shift in things when you like take it in a positive way. So when the shift happened for you, I'm curious about this.
Okay, so I'd say there were basically 3 different sets of times where or encounters I had with cryptocurrency. Let me say it like that. I guess
Yeah.
everybody, 2017, the peak of the bull run.
Yeah.
Everybody, yo,
Yeah.
Bitcoin is the top thing trending on Twitter, on everything. So yeah, like my friends got me into it. They were like, yo, this thing is going up. You know, I was like, okay. I put like $30 in it. I was like, okay. That was like, I'd say August, like later summer. And so I was like pretty decent gains from there, but it was I only put in like $30. And then it went up all the way to December. I was like, this is looking like it's probably gonna pop by December. And I was like, it was $30. I was just like, I'm gonna leave it and see what happens. So I left it, and then I checked back in January, and I saw that stuff had dropped by like 20, almost 30% already. I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna just take the $30 out. I'm like, so it was interesting. It was very like,
Yeah.
definitely euphoria is the best word. Everybody was just with euphoria. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up, and then also everybody was like, the bubble's gonna pop, and the bubble popped. So I guess it was just mindset. And then from there,
True, man.
second encounter, I guess, quarantine. Because after that, I was just like, I'm not really into
True.
it. And then for about 3 years, then 2020, like right when the quarantine hit here in America, that was like March time, late March. I just got out of school,
Yeah.
and I was just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bored, and I was hearing stuff like from some articles about the Bitcoin halving, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Let me read about it.
So yeah, so just like you have, like you said, like 3 encounters kind of stuff, late 2017s, and this year bull run, and like the pandemic. Like the pandemic played a very important role, I can say, for me too. Like in the early stage when we were in lockdown, like it started in early March, I can say, here in India too. So it's
Yeah.
like not that different. And like just any other person, I was scrolling through YouTube, and like I was into that rabbit hole of like stocks, because they were like crashing down. They were like 30, 40, 50% down. So I was like crashing down, and I thought like it would be a good opportunity for me to enter that market right now,
Yeah,
if I have some like
exactly.
some cash on the sidelines. And I was just searching on YouTube, and I just came across a channel named Gamestop. I don't know if you know that him.
Oh yeah,
He's from
I
like
did.
he was in LA. Now he shifted from LA to Las Vegas, and yeah, man, that person, like I can say, like this Graham Stefan made me to like go into pretty deep. And then when you are recommended the channels, when you watch it, it's like a rabbit hole, because he has made so much content of like his reaction videos, his podcast, and his main channel. It's a lot. And then another person, meet Kevin. Man, he is crazy. If you have watched him, he is
Oh no, I
literally
haven't watched
crazy.
him.
I would recommend like Meet Kevin, Graham Stefan, Andre Jig. So these three were like the, you can say, like across a time period of 1 month, I can say, I came across through these channels, and it was pretty fun. Like how they explained for a youngster, especially for a teenager like me. Like I'm just 19 years old. It's a very different mindset when you are like 25, 30. And right now we are in different mindset. We have to understand in a very different way. And they, like, you can say, laid out the stage for me how this is gonna be and that stuff. So just wanna ask, curious about it. What stuff, like what YouTube channels, resources do you like watch or keep an eye up to?
Yeah, well, so for me, yeah, same thing, March time. So, in terms of like the second time I got into it, like 2020, like the beginning of 2020. So, like, I heard about the Bitcoin having all that, and I was like, okay. Especially like the second I heard about the pandemic, and then like I heard there were lockdowns, I was like, okay, this shit's real. Like, cause I'm sure this is something that's never happened
Yeah.
before. So I was like, everything that's stock wise is. I'm not a financial person. I really wasn't into it, but I knew that everything's gonna fall. The economy is gonna crash. Everything's gonna fall. So if you're gonna buy something, like, that's gonna be the best time to buy it. So
True.
I
True.
I didn't read that much. I was kind of, at that point, it was kind of FOMO retail purchasing I was doing at that point in time. So
Yeah.
I just bought like maybe like
Which app? Like
$200
which
worth of
platform?
Coinbase,
Gotcha.
basic beginner. That's
Ah.
I'd say Coinbase is like 90%
It's
of
pretty
people's intro
user friendly.
to crypto.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
That was what I
even
used
I use
in
Coinbase,
2017.
and Coinbase Pro.
Oh, how's
Yeah.
Coinbase in
It's pretty
India
good.
though? Can you do everything?
You can't buy. No, you can't buy it, but you can trade. So like I buy from another trading platform, but I like transfer all of my this to Coinbase because it's like pretty secure. Like in India, they are not that at scale as Coinbase, and I'm pretty sure like if I have money in Coinbase, it is secure. It is far more secure than the Indian trading platforms. So I buy from the Indian trading platform, then I transfer through this. It's like a little fees, but
What?
like I just want to be sure. It's like my mindset. It gives peace to my mind that my money is in Coinbase account. It's like a reputed. It's not like this. And I use Coinbase and Binance. Most of the time, these two are the platforms that I use.
Oh, okay. There's Binance in India too.
Yeah, like I saw like Binance in US, but it's like emerging. It's not that big. It's like coming through in its early days.
Cause I also heard that Binance owns some other exchange in India. I think it's called
Yeah.
X or something like
Wazirex.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wazirex started in like the late 2017s. So they were like like what a coincidence. I was just watching an interview of Wazirex. Uh, the acquisition of Wazirex of like Binance acquired Wazirex. So it is a great story. Like Wazirex, they were the last to enter the market. The trading platforms, they were last to enter in the 2017 cycle, and they were like on a product like just as like you have used Robinhood. It's like Robinhood and Coinbase. There, the user experience is pretty good. The UI is like the key, just like Wazirex did, and Wazirex did the same. They created the product that way, and the trust factor. So I just want to mention, like in India, you have to pay a premium to buy like any cryptocurrencies. Like the international price are different, and in India the price are different. It's like 5, 10, 15% more. Why is that?
Dang.
Because like in India, like the supply is very low, so you have to buy a premium to buy. It's like supply and demand. In like US and America and England, the supply is high, so you can buy at like the real market price. But in India, it's not like that. The supply is very low, so you have to buy a premium. So Wazirex is like the best, and they charge very less. Like you have to still pay premium, but the premium is very less as compared to other platforms.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's like
I
this
can
in
see why
India.
Binance would want to buy
Uh,
them. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it's a great it's a great exchange. I use it, but like I just buy and then transfer to Coinbase most of the times, like 80% of
Mm.
the times, because I'm not like I don't want to liquidate myself as of right now. I'm playing for the long haul, hodl,
Yeah.
as you have heard of in the Reddit words.
Huddle.
I just like hodl the stonks. So I just buy it and like yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So what about you?
that's the
Like
best
which
strategy.
platforms? Like which trading platforms? Like Robinhood? Like these? Like for stonks I can say, and like the crypto as well.
Mm. Well, yeah, definitely Robinhood. In terms of like stocks is just Robinhood, purely Robinhood. To be honest, I kind of liquidated all my stocks recently just cause I had like
Uh,
a few $100 worth in stocks, but it went up like maybe 10% in total in like the past month. While stuff in crypto has been going on crazy, so I was like, I might just liquidate it and keep it in crypto, and if stuff goes down, I'll move it back. Until then,
yeah,
so yeah, for stocks, Robinhood, and then for crypto, I was literally just trying everything, just cause like I want to experiment, see what's the best one, which one's good for me. So yeah, Coinbase is the go-to. It's just the easiest to transfer money like to your account
yeah.
and to buy. To buy, they have some restrictions somewhat here in terms of identification. So like other websites, but to cash out is the best one. And then my main hub,
Mm.
I'd say, is crypto.com. I don't know, do you know that one? The current?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They have an app. They have an app. Crypto. They have a token too, CRO. So I've used that
Mm-hmm.
as well, but it's like not suitable for India. It's like you can say if I'm like very pro, then I'm gonna use crypto.com in India because I have to pay. I have to
Mm.
wire my money to just buy it, and wiring is like a huge task on its own. So that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I can see that. Fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I also wanted to ask, is there any leverage trading in India?
Options and stuff. Is that correct? If I'm
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that, but for crypto.
but no. Like we have options, but for very like blue chip stocks. We have options for blue chip stocks, not like leverage trading
For
like 10 to
stocks.
15x. You don't yeah, no leverage trading in crypto. It's like
Mm.
it's like very early days in India to leverage trade and like many people don't know like many people as of right now don't know how to buy crypto. That's the thing. We are at like the
Yeah.
early adopters. It's like it's like when America was in like 2014 stage, 2014 cycle, there was another bull run. So if
Mm-hmm.
I'm if to my understanding, India is in that cycle. So there's a
Fair.
lot of different platforms. Everyone test and fair it. So we are in that type of cycle. No leverage trading as of right now because I can see like because in India the mindset is like very different from US. At least what I have observed after like seeing all of the videos and like talking to different people. In India, people want there is a term in India, like which I'm gonna translate to you. It's like you
Mm.
have like the meaning is the money doubles in 21 days. So it's like 21 दिन में पैसा double, which translate to money you have to double your money in 21 days, and people are gonna YOLO into this, like just YOLO. When they heard like they are literally gonna YOLO all of their money, all of their like savings, like they're gonna loan their house and purely go YOLO on that. So that's why like
Yeah.
leverage trading is like not many people use it. Even I don't use options. I used to trade options on Webull way back, like
Mm.
maybe 6 7 months ago when the market was totally down. I was buy calls and puts, but I don't do it
Mm.
right now because I recently I'm not getting catch up to the stocks as well as crypto because I'm pretty deep into crypto. The stocks is like on a hold for right now. So
Yeah.
just as you said, you liquidated most of the stocks and transferred to crypto. I did too. Like I had around 10,000. I had around like I had liquidated my 50% of stocks to crypto because I was seeing like
Mm.
the returns
Oh,
are much more,
exactly.
and I'm willing to take the risk. Like it's the money is
Mm-hmm.
like not too small, but I'm willing to take the risk to like go to the next level. And like my crypto portfolio is like man crazy. I'm gonna say my
Dang.
crypto portfolio at one time when it was like the all-time high, like Bitcoin was 57,000, and maybe Ethereum was 1900. It was more than 200%. Like my whole portfolio was over 200%,
Dang.
and so I just liquidated. So yeah, so and even with buying the premium, so like it's like another 6-7% of like
Yeah.
portfolio when you buy, because we have to pay premium kind of stuff. So like after that it was like, last I remember I have a screenshot, like maybe 212%. Like I'm that kind of person that bought Doge for like half a cent or less, even
Yeah.
less. Like
Yeah.
early days, like I bought Doge for like in Jan start when it was
In January.
like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I bought Doge, and I
Man.
bought Bitcoin when it was like $18,000 in this bull
Same.
cycle.
Yeah,
So
in this
like
bill
yeah,
cycle.
yeah. So like yeah, so it was like my portfolio is gonna be up, and I bought Ethereum when it was like $700 to $800. Same with like
Same.
Ripple. Ripple like crashed down. I put more money into it because I know it's gonna go
What?
up. Like it's gonna go up.
Really?
Yeah,
But the
because
SEC is
I
cracking
had
down on them.
yeah, but I had trust, literally I had trust in, because I have contacted the Ripple guys and been, you can say, I know what they're working on, the project and the vision. Like the project
Mm-hmm.
vision, it's a different thing, and like the market value, it's a totally different thing. So I know
Oh.
what the Ripple, and so I there are 2-3 coins that are YOLO when they are like cheap. Like as of right now, the Bitcoin market is crashed. Like a couple of days ago,
Mm.
it was like crashed. It was like minus 20%. I liquidated more stocks and then transferred to crypto, because I know I'm gonna take the risk,
Mm-hmm.
and like another 24 to 48 hours, it's like backup, but it's not all times high, but it's still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the whole scenario of like India. So
S-
you have like a lot
Okay.
of platforms to do options and leverage trading, right? For crypto.
Uh, Funny enough, no. America is, although America, I'd say, yeah, it's probably more forward than India. They really don't like
Yep.
crypto. I'd say that they just right now the
Oh.
government have just made allowances for it, just to let people do it if they want, but they don't encourage it. So anything leverage, nope, they don't allow, because they, especially what's it called, America's had very bad money troubles in the past, like in 2008 when people were losing houses because they were YOLOing all their money, because anybody could leverage in the stock market, and everyone could day trade. They
Uh,
made like day trading laws, so
True.
you have to have like above 25K liquid in your account to day trade. And so when they did that, they also
Uh,
made anything related to it, you can't do it. So, and for crypto, definitely not. I'd say there's word that you can use Kraken. I don't know, to do times five, but like times, I haven't figured it out. And times five, to be honest, it's not that
uh,
good. If I was
it's
gonna
like
leverage trade, I'd do
it.
10. I do 10 to 15.
Cool.
Honestly.
Yeah, totally understand. If you're gonna YOLO to the fullest. Don't go half-hearted. That's what I
Yeah.
understand.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha. So just want to like, as you were saying, like, I'm just want to get your opinion, as you are in America. You might have a real life experience, because I just read the news, and news are manipulative to be real. So like it's either left or
Mm-hmm.
it's right perspective. So I just want to get your opinion. So like in America, just maybe a week ago, Miami declared like they want it to be a crypto hub. So they are
Mm-hmm.
saying that they pay the employees in Bitcoin and this crypto stuff. So like, what do you think? Like
Yeah.
how it is gonna roll out? And another thing I want to mention out, because of this, the LA and New York, many companies are shifting from LA to like Austin, Texas. Like Joe Rogan, Tesla have shifted to,
Mm.
and many banks are shifting from New
Elon.
York as
Yeah.
well. So what do you think? So I was just asking about like the shift of Los Angeles to Miami. Oh, sorry, Los Angeles to Austin, Texas, and from New York to Miami. What
Mm.
are the reasons you feel, because you live in like California? You can understand. I've been reading about like the homelessness stuff and the stimulus check, but you might give a
Oh,
better experience, like a real
well,
life
yeah.
scenario.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely don't think homelessness has to do with it, because it's the big tech companies with all the rich CEOs. They couldn't care less how many homeless people are on the street. The main reason is definitely because of the taxes and the tax laws that they're trying to implement. Like
Yeah,
in California, they're trying to increase the tax. They keep making it more and more um less worthwhile for companies to stay here because of the tax laws. So even
God,
though Silicon Valley is like Silicon Valley, and everybody would love to be in San Francisco and places like LA, just like the tax laws that Newman got, he's the governor, that he's implementing
yeah,
is just driving people away. You have to pay like, basically you'd
yeah,
have to pay like a certain amount of tax percentage to California, and that's separate from the federal
and
tax. So
then
you
to the
basically
federal,
pay
yeah,
tax twice.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
two twice,
While
yeah,
in
and
Texas,
like
no state tax. So you
no
just
the
pay your
state
federal
tax, no
taxes.
no state tax, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like
So
I've heard, I want to
yeah.
just confirm, like for the upper level, like for the higher earning people, the tax could be like around 55 to 60%. Is it really true? Because I've read this stuff, but I don't know it's true or not. Like you could pay up to 55 to 60% of a salary to the government.
Well, as I am not a CEO, I can tell you from experience, but from listening to interviews from people like Elon and other CEOs that have chosen to leave, it seems like that's pretty much the case, and it just doesn't seem worth it, and especially with stuff being remote,
Acha.
and it
Yeah.
just seems like this is the best time for to just pack up and move while everyone is at home, so you don't have to facilitate, and you can just pay people online, let the people work online and pay them, and if they want to come they can come, if not they can still work online in California. So yeah, I'd say that's the main reason. And as things if
Gotcha.
things keep getting worse with the taxes, it's just gonna force more and more companies to go.
Hmm. I feel that now. Like, gotcha. That's why like big people are changing from Los Angeles. What do you think about the Miami stuff? Like all of this, like the governance thing, like they are want to build like the
Mm,
crypto hub, just like Silicon
yeah.
Valley was like the tech hub. They want to build like the crypto hub in Miami, and like many
Right.
big firms are like moving there from New York.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I'll move there too if I can become a big person in crypto. Honestly, cause what the governor of Miami, he's been saying that he wants to invest 1% of
Yeah,
the
the state reserve,
Miami's
the state reserve.
treasury. Yeah, yeah, he wants to invest
Yeah,
one
yeah,
percent into cryptocurrency, and considering that the city probably makes about billions in has billions in the treasury, that would be an incredible
Hmm.
market moving amount if they actually do it. Probably not as much as
True.
Tesla, like the 1 billion that Elon spent, but it definitely
Yeah,
would make an impact
yeah.
on the market, a positive impact on the
That,
market. So
true. Yeah, go ahead. You were saying something.
yeah, so I definitely would support. I support it. Obviously, I want as many states as possible to be crypto forward. I'd love to see leverage trading in America one eventually. So, because I'd say where the most crypto forward country in the world so far looks like Portugal right
True.
now, as I
Yeah.
think they have like zero taxes on crypto, but obviously Portugal's probably not the best place to live if you're like an English speaker who knows nothing in Portuguese and you don't want to live there. They don't really have good public services like that. So if America can
Yeah.
take advantage and become like the one of the crypto leaders, well, like that would drive America's economy forward even more.
Yeah.
The only problem would be that the government can't control it, and that's something that they don't want. So we'll see how that goes and how
That's
that
what every
progresses.
government wants. That is something that every government
Mm,
wants. So in India, so
mm-hmm.
they're planning to ban crypto at all, ban at all. Like so, they're trying to build that shit. It's like still not passed. They're like in the talks. So every government wants that
Yeah.
because like the fundamentals are very similar to this. Like the fundamentals are now the power is to the public, to the masses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to ask you
So
about it because I literally watched a video about this like 2 days ago, and I heard that they wanted to do this previously, but like it
yeah,
got thrown out, and so people were good for
yes,
a while,
yes.
but now they're bringing it back to try and do it again.
So previously, what happened was, so the you can say like the federal government, I'm comparing to you so that you can better understand. So the feds and
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff, they said like, don't support, they said to the banks, like the central bank that you have in America, they said to the banks that
Mm-hmm.
you can't support any entity that is related to cryptocurrency. They did not ban it directly. They said you can't invest in those. So no funding, no loans, nothing like this could be. And for this, like the survival can't be done without this for any company. So that's how they manipulated and like try to push this stuff out. But then the legislature, like the Supreme Court, I'm comparing you so that you can understand. The Supreme Court
Yeah.
said this is like against the fundamental law. You can't deny someone to do business. So that's
Yeah,
why like
exactly.
this was thrown out. It took like almost an year, and it was thrown out recently, like maybe an year back, like before the lockdown, maybe couple of months
Yeah.
before. So the law was lifted then, but as of right now they are still like in the progress to like, it's good, like what they said was they want to make some rules. So it's good, like they're considering thing that this is really something that's not like hula or something in the air. They are considering like this is really an type of currency or transition that people literally do. So now they are like
Mm.
in the laws, but I don't think so. Government want to support this because it's like, as I said, it's totally fundamentally opposite to what government is. It gives
Mm-hmm.
the people the power to it. So yeah, so I
Exactly.
that's what the scenario is. That's what the scenario is in India.
Oh yeah. Also,
You were asking something.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna ask. So I also heard about something else. The was it in India, the internet outage thing that they banned they banned people from using the internet for like a while.
It's, to my knowledge, it's true. Like there was some protest going on. So like there was, like, you can imagine Los
Yeah.
Angeles, no internet. Literally no internet. You can't access internet. So they did that because there was like a protest going on. So farmers protest going on, and they were like, and in
Whoa.
India the farmers belong to a certain community and they have like a lot of backing up with power and money behind them. So they were targeting, or there was such stuff going
Mm.
on between those two entities, I could say. And because everything is digital, just like Trump was banned from Twitter, it's kind of similar, but you can say like everything was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how like it really happened, to my knowledge. There were like couple of
Whoa.
cities that were totally banned out from internet, from using internet.
Oh. So so this wasn't nationwide. It was just certain cities
Certain cities,
that were
yeah, not
protesting.
nationwide. Certain cities, it's,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Whoa, that's crazy. Because I was reading somebody on LinkedIn. He couldn't post like some project because it was banned
Yeah,
during the time he wanted to post, and I was like, yo, I
that
didn't think it was that
that
deep. That's incredible. How would they
that
do that? Yo,
that
that's just scary
yeah.
to think they have that much power just to decide.
And
Okay, none of you can use the internet.
yeah, and like I don't know if you have heard about it, but like demonetization, India happened like 3 4 years ago. Demonetization happened. Like, I'm gonna compare it just similar to, like, let's suppose the Fed said $1 bill is no more. There is gonna be a new $1 bill. So if you have this $1 bill, it's not gonna be accepted by anywhere in the country. You have to give it to bank, and bank's gonna give you a new note. So that what's literally happened in India, maybe 5 6 years ago.
Oh,
So yeah, so
okay.
so
Well, yeah, that seems a bit extreme. I would understand that, I
like there was,
guess, because
yeah,
I've seen that done similarly in my
yeah.
country. But yeah, I think that's a bit
Yeah,
extreme still.
I'm like in a neutral thing. I'm not too like positive or too negative, because like there was a lot of black money revolving in the country that was in cash. lot of shitty stuff was
Mm.
doing, it was totally cash, no digital. So government wanted to like reduce this stuff. So that's what the measure they take. I don't know, like I'm not like it's a great measure, but that's what they do it. So like nothing we can do right now.
Yeah, I would say another thing is that I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm just here as an international student. So I'd say India and Nigeria are the biggest countries in the world right now that are anti crypto right now. It's
Yeah,
very
man.
sad to see. I was literally watching a video today about the CBN governor talking about cryptocurrency, talking about how it's illegal, shady from
Ah,
unknown entities with no like
ah.
money coming out of thin air. And every time I hear that, I'm just like, so
that that
what
that
is fiat
that
currency
is
if it's
what
not
I
out of
say to
thin
every
air?
people. Like
I'm like,
you are saying like cryptocurrency is used in like dark side of things, but what's the proof like fiat is not using? Like give me the proof like fiat is not using. Like there is no proof. It is using. Everyone knows it. But like they have made a like image like crypto is used in dark web or like these kind of things. But like fiat is also been using in these things. Like you can't compare to this. Like this is not like a valid thing to like you
mm,
ban things.
it's that's definitely the main thing that made me more crypto forward. I'm like, it doesn't make sense, especially with the money printing in America. It's insane because fortunately I was able to benefit a bit from the stimulus checks because I was working, so I was able to get Social Security. And I'm just like, if they're able to give this much money away just out of thin air, they just print $1 billion. They're just like, okay, we want to fund this project. Let's print $1 billion. I'm like, where? Are you? What's the point of money?
Yeah.
What's the that worth? What's the worth
Uh,
of somebody working how many hours for this amount of money if you can just print it in 10 minutes from some bank
yeah.
somewhere? It
I,
just
I
doesn't
I
make
was reading the
sense.
news like as of right now, uh, every bill that has been circulated in US, 1/5 was printed during after the lockdown. So that's like give you the scare.
Ex- Exactly. That's incredible
And
to think about.
man, stimulus checks is like kind of free money. I don't know, like it gives me like a different kind of vibe. I've not studied too much, but you can give me like I don't have much knowledge, but you can give me like something out of it, so like I can understand it much better for an Indian, because I don't study stimulus check because it's not
Mm.
related to me in any sense. But I see the like effect. More money is like transferred into the
Mm-hmm.
stock market because people have money. So what they do with it. So that's what I reading about it. But you can give me
Exactly.
like better explanation of this stuff.
So the main okay to explain it, um, I'd say obviously the intention initially for the stimulus and the main intention for stimulus because they still
Yeah.
plan to give out more is to fund people with money because unemployment rates have been record high right now. I'm not sure if it's as bad right now. It
Yeah.
probably still is pretty bad, but I'd say
It
March time,
was higher.
summertime, it was the highest it's ever been. I'm assuming it's something
Yeah,
similar in India,
yeah,
like
yeah,
during the peak lockdown periods, because
yeah.
everybody was just getting fired from jobs because not everybody can work
True.
online and remote from home just
There
because their
there are
jobs can't
certain jobs that
facilitate that.
just can't.
So in order to exactly. Also, with the restrictions, there's only so many people like that. People like grocery stores. There was only so many people that can keep on in order just to stop spread in their community, and also that they can afford, just because they're also getting less money, somewhat. So it's mostly to afford expenses like
Essentials.
food and rent and stuff like that. But most of the time, the stimulus is either not enough for the people who need it, like the amount is not enough for the people who need it, and the people who don't need it will just get extra money. Because you get some people during the unemployment have been getting more money than they were when they
Oh,
when they were working because how it works in America, you get unemployment benefits because of your social security. So if you're a citizen, you get money paid like every month to you for being unemployed because you have to sustain
oh,
yourself somehow. And on top of that, people get stimulus checks. So the unemployment money is enough for them. Like the unemployment money alone is like more than what some people were making while they were working, which is stupid. That shows you how messed up the system is already. And then on top of that, people are getting free money stimulus checks where they can just use for anything. So they're just like, well, I'm hearing about this Bitcoin thing. I might as well buy it. I'm hearing about stonks. I might as well buy it because they don't really have a need for
I
it.
did not know about like the unemployed. I heard about there was like stimulus, but I did not like thought like there was unemployed benefits for like it's all over the US. It's like it's not a new thing. It's been like a rule that has been a way back, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is how it's been for like whenever Social Security was enacted. That was like in the 1900, in like 19 probably 80 that they put the Social Security
Gotcha.
rules. So yeah, it's been like that for a while. Like
But how I want to ask like how much is that amount if you have like any knowledge? Like how much is that amount the unemployed? Let's suppose I am unemployed. How much will I get from the government and state?
well, in terms of the unemployment benefits that you get
Yeah.
monthly, as I'm a student, I don't get that, so I don't necessarily know how much it is. Most of the knowledge I've gotten is from reading articles about it because I wanted to know why the stimulus
Gotcha.
checks were a thing. So as I see on Google, it looks like they get about $300 per week for unemployment
Gotcha.
benefits since
Um,
March time. 300 a week. So times
1200
4 be
and they were getting like
1200.
yeah, and like
$1,200
there
a
was like
month.
$1,400 stimulus check given. Am I right? So yeah, it's like double,
Yeah.
instantly double, more than double.
Yeah, so they've been
Yeah,
two
yeah.
stimulus. The first one was like
600, 500, 600.
I'd say
Yeah, yeah.
no, the first one was $1,200. It was a $1,200 stimulus check. That was a big check. You know, I enjoyed that money, but anyway. And then the second one was around December time. Yo, yeah.
And-
The second one was like I'd say right after New
Gotcha.
Year's, like probably right after they said Biden
Yeah.
was president. So like
Yeah.
January
And
2nd.
there has been talks of the third one too.
That one was 600 exactly. That one was $600, and so now Biden has been in talks about giving out a $2,000 stimulus for the third round, which is like it's just stupid numbers, like because you know that in order to give that amount to like every American that's unemployed, that's they're printing astronomical amounts of money, which is just the economy is gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up to the economy eventually. This inflation, I've only taken like probably three business classes, but I have learned enough to know that inflation is a bad
Yeah.
thing, and inflation is gonna
True.
catch up eventually, if not by the end of this year, definitely next year.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it. So like, understand now like a better knowledge of like the states, how it's been. I did not know about. I was reading, but it's not like as I said, like readings an article. It's like they have an opinion about it, and it's a right or left opinion. That's why like I read both of the sides when I'm reading anything about the states, because like it's so much politically agenda focused. So I like to take my neutral stand. Gotcha. So just before, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
So we were talking about like crypto and stuff before, and you talk about the masses, like how masses are gonna go to power. Just want to like touch base with you, like the whole GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry situation that was like maybe 4 weeks ago, and now it's currently 2. So like, what's like the scenario of like people are YOLOing their money? If I'm correct, people are YOLOing their money and like they're losing, and like so and like Robinhood banned the buy option. Like, can you give me like from your perspective, because you are living? I can't do this. I have no experience, but like from your perspective, what's this thing?
Oh, sorry. If you don't mind,
Yeah.
to ask a quick question. So you can't buy GameStop and AMC from India, like with Robinhood? Is Robinhood
No.
not international?
Robinhood is not international. Robinhood is only in US. I can't make an account if I'm in India, because what they need is like a proof of residence that has to be only in India, only in states. So that's why I can't use Robinhood, but I can use Webull.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I've used
Oh,
Webull,
Webull?
but like
Okay.
not Robinhood, and Webull as a different UI. Robinhood is more user friendly. For Webull, it's like you have to pick out your brain of things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so yeah, and let me get it in terms of the GameStop thing from my perspective. The main thing that it looks like was happening is just obviously. I'm sure you've heard about the trading group
Ah
with
man,
Wall Street Bets. I think
I was a
that's like
part of
one of the
them when
main.
it was like 1 to 1 point. I was part. I joined the group when it was like 1 million or so. It was like way back, maybe like a year or two back. So I've been part. I read the threads. Yeah.
What? Wait. Oh,
Yeah,
you're so
I was
you're in the
like,
group.
I
You can see the
yeah,
you
I
can see
was
the
like
threads
when it was
already.
1 million. Now it's like 8 or 9 million. I
Oh
was
my
way back.
god.
I was like a early
Oh
majority.
my god. Yo, that's crazy. Cause I was like right after I heard about it, I was like trying to get in, and I saw it's locked. I'm like, oh, so I can get in now. You know, I wanna
Yeah.
be in on the stonks. I was trying. Yeah, I heard about the Wall Street Bet stuff. Like probably just on a random afternoon, and on Snapchat of all things, just because it was all over the. It was, I guess it was on the news a bit late. Because by the time I looked at it, it was about
Yeah.
$300 and something. I was like, okay, this party has left the station. I was like, I'm not trying to lose money.
Yeah.
If you're putting your money in this thing right now, you're trying to lose your money. It's not going up anymore. So, and then I heard about all the stuff about Wall Street Bets, and then how they were, like, it was pretty. It sounds pretty smart. That they figured out that people were trying to short GameStop.
Yeah.
I mean, hedge funds were trying to short GameStop, and if they actually succeeded, probably GameStop would have just crumbled as a company. It would have bankrupted GameStop, and so they
True.
it and they also, I guess, exposed a lot of the market manipulation that the hedge funds
Yeah.
have power over in the Robinhood stuff.
Have you like heard the like were you listening the interview when there was like I was listening it on maybe I think CNBC TV when they were like interviewing like the Robinhood CEO Citadel. They're like with the congressman. They're like there was like what do you say? There was sitting with them. So did you listen to it or like go through it?
So I saw like a short clip of that one on Twitter, but I didn't really watch it because it was like in front of Congress. He's gonna
Yeah.
say whatever just to get off. So the main one about
Yeah.
it that I listened to it this week earlier. It was, I don't know if you heard of the app called Clubhouse. It's some new app that the celebrities
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
using in order to like do like
Audio.
podcast type
Yeah.
stuff without
Yeah.
audio podcast. And
Yeah.
so there was
With
a
the
room with like
yeah.
people
Yeah.
like Joe Rogan,
Lex Friedman, Nawal. I think
Lex
that was
Friedman,
the
Lex
group
Friedman.
you are referring to, if
Yeah,
I'm
Joe
correct.
Rogan, Lex Friedman,
Yeah,
and a bunch of
Lex
other
Friedman.
people.
There was
And then
yeah,
they brought in what's it called, the CEO of Robinhood, like later on the pod Vlad. They brought Vlad on later on in the later on in the podcast. And so
Clubhouse.
I watched a different
Yeah.
video, literally just I wanted to hear the whole thing. So I listened to it, and it because Elon did a much better job than I'm pretty sure than the reporters would have done in actually getting out what
Yeah.
like everybody wants to know about what's going on, because Elon is the people's representative.
Yeah.
He's the one that's
He's famous. He is too
yeah.
famous, I think.
He's famous for the right reasons, and he supports the stonks, so I support
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
The stonks and the memes.
Yeah. Yeah. I support him. He helped me like bring Dogecoin to the moon, so I support him totally.
Mhm.
My portfolio was very up when it was like I support him.
Yeah. So, yeah. So once I heard the podcast, I heard how Vlad was talking about basically. So the situation was that Robinhood, he has like a certain amount of money that they have to pay to some security company in order
Yeah.
to resolve the actual
Citadel.
trading. Citadel is a different thing. They have like there's a
Yeah.
trading committee, like the SEC, that they have to pay money to
Ah,
resolve like trades. And so the Vlad
yeah.
dude, he got a call at like 3 a.m. from this team about how the SEC requested about for like a number in the, I'm not gonna say the exact number because I kind of forgot, but it was a number in the billions of, they, okay, I remember.
Three or
They
four.
asked
It was
about for,
three around three.
they asked for like $4 billion from the
Hmm.
Robinhood. And to give
Robin Hood.
context, yeah, for to give context, in like the entire lifespan of Robinhood, they've only given about $3 billion for like the whole time they've been a company to the SEC to resolve trades. So in order for them to ask for 4 billion on just one day from them, like you already know that something's going up. So they had to get in
True, something
contact.
going on.
Yeah, they had to get in contact with them, and then so they were like, okay, we'll reduce it to 1.2 billion, and I'm like, that's not that good, still that much of a good thing, but yeah, that's what they were in talks with the leaders of the SEC, and then after that, Vlad and Robinhood pitched to the board that if they stop people from buying GameStop and they only allow people to sell, would they be able to get a better deal on it? And so they were like, okay, and they reduced it to 700 million, and obviously they took that number because like that's definitely doable in terms of numbers. And basically, the main thing I got out of that whole thing is that it's shows how corrupt and just like, because even Robinhood does not know how they come up with the numbers that they give them to pay.
Yeah.
It's just a number out of their discretion. And so for somebody,
They do all the calculation or the spreadsheet. No one knows the calculation how it does. They just come up with a number. So like it's secret. It's one of a secret that no one knows. If I'm correct.
exactly, and something like that where you have to put millions and billions of dollars, I would think that they would let everybody know exactly how they calculated. But no, it's some person in some board meeting that just randomly saying numbers. So yeah, unfortunately, people will get mad that they couldn't buy GameStop, but I can definitely understand from Robinhood's perspective. They don't want to go
Robin Hood
bankrupt,
side.
and considering that
True.
it's probably like 1% of users who were actually invested in GameStop, and all these Wall Street bets people were the main people complaining and doing all that. Yeah, you could see why they would do it in a heartbeat and just stop all the stonks from being bought. Because myself too, I
Yeah, man.
wasn't invested in it, so I can assume a lot of people who use Robinhood were not invested in any of those stonks.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. I just want to like get your experience on Robinhood because I was reading a lot of articles and stuff. Like the Robinhood, the best part is the UI. So like it's
Mm.
like very simple, very elegant, and the way they gamify the system. Because
Mm-hmm.
I can't use it, and I've heard like there was a lot of glitches in Robinhood when like the market is going up and down very rapidly. So like
Yeah.
there are lot of glitches in this past year too. Like can you
Mm.
give me explain about like the UI part as well and like the glitches because I don't use it, I can't, I want to get a person who use it so I can verify my information.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty easy to use. It's very easy to use. It was a pretty good intro to stocks. I'd say that's the only platform I would use to buy stocks or do options trading, just because it's so easy to use. Literally just, I'm sure it's probably a bit different now that everybody has had hype about Robinhood and ton of people have been trying to join. But I was literally, I have ID
Hmm.
here, so I literally just scanned the ID and they got back to me within like three working days, and it was that I was able to start buying stocks and all that, and it was pretty good. I was able to buy stocks like Tesla, like when it was 400. I was back like in September. It went up to 800. Unfortunately,
uh
I didn't have too much
Man.
money to put in it. So like I didn't make 100% of my
Hmm.
portfolio. I made 100% on probably like $30, so like maybe up to 60. So nothing life changing. Yeah. So I'd say basically Robinhood is super easy to use. You can do anything stock. You can do relatively anything a stockbroker can, except from the after hours trading. You can't trade while all the hedge funds get to trade. But yeah,
Yeah, I just want to get to it. I just want to get, like, there is like a pre-market you can trade before market open, and there is like after market you can trade after. It's because in India it's not like this. You can trade only on like the times for a retail investor I'm talking about. So what's like a experience if you might share, like after trade, like before the trading hours and after the trading hours? What is like it like? How do market move? It's like similar when it's in the trading hours, because in India we don't. So I literally have no idea about this.
yeah. I say it's pretty much the same here. It's like we can't trade after hours or pre-market either. It's only actual stockbrokers and hedge funds who can actually trade during those times. So they're the ones that are
Uh,
making the price move during those times. We can only trade between eight to, is it 8 to 4 or 9 to 4? It definitely ends at 4 p.m. though, Eastern time. So that's about
Gotcha.
1 p.m. in the afternoon for me. And
Hmm.
so that's another big downside that I hated about of the stock market, because there's so many times I wanted to liquidate everything, and then by the time I did the trade, I see it's after hours, so I have to wait till it's open to trade it, and then the price has gone down maybe like 9% by the time the market opens or something like that.
So
And you also can't trade on the weekends too. Yeah.
weekends I can understand, like it's close, but is the price difference, like the volatility is like 9 to 10% in like after hours and opening, just like within like these two frames time frame, that like there's a 10% difference.
Well, it depends on the stock. So like some cannabis stocks that I have
Yeah, yeah,
had like some long term holdings on.
yeah, yeah.
The Wall Street Bets dudes, I know they tried to do something with cannabis stocks too. So when I saw it go up, I was like,
Cannabis too, yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm-hmm. So I had long term holdings in it. So I was like, oh wow, this is a welcome surprise. So I was like, okay, let me try and cash out. But then after hours came, and then after hours, everything crashed like maybe a little 12%, and then everything started going down for the week. And I was like, at that point, it was where it was before. So I was like, there's no point of liquidating it now. I kept it for another bit.
Gotcha.
So that's normally
Gotcha.
stocks are usually just between, if it's a good performing stock, you'd only go like 0.5 down. Most of the time it goes
Okay.
down unless they have like some
Mm-hmm.
big event in the company, like earnings announcements or something like that. It'll
Yeah,
go
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So it's usually, I'd say, between two one from 0.5 to 2% up or down, the fluctuations. And then at the end of the day,
Gotcha.
usually goes up during the
Got it. Got
actual
it.
market.
Another thing that I want to talk about, and like see, like there was like a lot of hype going on in the Pokemon cards industry, like a
Mm.
lot of hype after the Logan Paul opening. There was like the prices were like skyrocket to the moon, literally to the moon. There was like
Mm.
million dollar boxes, million-dollar boxes. The packs, like the Pokemon pack, was so selling for like $40,000, like the
I
PSA
know.
one.
Oh my
So
god.
how I just want to ask about this, like how's the market has been, if you follow this industry, the Pokemon card industry. Like I did not follow it, I had no Pokemon cards earlier, and I see the Logan Paul box break, and after that it was like the prices were like skyrocketing.
Yeah. Yeah. Personally, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what is going on in any of those. I know definitely from the crypto YouTubers I watch, they talked about
Hmm.
NFTs a lot, especially recently. One of the main
Yeah, yeah,
YouTubers I watch, his name's
yeah.
Elio Trades. He lives in LA, so he works. He has a project called Super Farm DAO, and so it's basically like an NFT marketplace. And they recently released like a bunch of NFTs that, like when I was looking at it on the marketplace, I was seeing it was like a bidding thing. I was seeing bids for point 0.5 ETH to 2 ETH, and I was like looking at it like, ew, why would people want to pay this much for some card online that I can take a screenshot of? I'm like, I don't get it. Same thing for Pokemon cards. Like, I don't get it has no value. If I
Hmm.
have it in my hand now and I tear it up, it's a piece of paper. like money, at least money, I could go spend it, so it has value. If I tear up money, I can't spend it anymore. But I can go spend Pokemon cards at my local grocery store. So I totally don't get the. It's totally just. It's just like fiat, but it's not govern. It's not
Yeah.
government managed. Like it's just the value that people give to it that it has, which I cannot get because that one has no utility. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I hope
So
you
yeah,
can
yeah, I just
inform
just to
me
roll
more
back,
about it.
just yeah, I was just talking about as we yeah, we are shifting towards like the stonks to the crypto side and the NFT. So I totally understand your point.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's totally digital, you can't even touch it. It's just like it's, to be honest, it's an image, right? It's an image, but it's
Yeah.
an artist image. I totally understand. When I was like entering into this space, I was like, it's just a fucking .jpeg or .gif, and people are
That's what I'm
paying like
saying.
millions of dollars. Yeah, but it's an art, and I think the art space is like it's very different. It's like similar. I relate to it and I understand why the price is this much. I'm gonna give an example to compare. When you go and see Mona Lisa on a museum,
Mm.
the art is like in millions of dollars, right? But you can take a
Mm-hmm.
picture of it and it's in your phone, but it doesn't have the same value, right? The art is there, you can click a photo, it's the same thing, but yours will not sell for like even for $1. You understand my point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
So I related it. It's the artist. Like you are buying a piece what artist sold you. So that's how like the NFT, I think it has value through that chain link. Not like it's not a JPEG or something like that. It's the artist that brings the value to it, not just an image. Because every piece of art is just a piece of paper. The things that values it is the artist. Because you can click up, you can find the image on Mona Lisa on Google and click a download it .jpeg, and you can print it like in big this canvas, but it doesn't will have value. It's like a it you don't own that really. You mean what I'm saying? It's about the ownership that artist passed on. So that's like the mindset in the NFT space that to my understanding it is. That's how like it
Mm-hmm.
is priced up to ETH, and Logan Paul recently sold like $3 to $4 million of NFT. I think his one NFT digital art was like around 2 ETH, if I'm correct, and he sold for about 400, 3,000. He sold 3,000 of that pieces, and it changes to like 3.5 million of those. So, of no, Logan Paul Pokemon NFT cards. So it's a kind
Oh
of a
my
digital image, but
gosh.
it's linked to Logan Paul. So that's how it's say to this.
Mm.
And the NFT space is like booming. It's like it's very young. The total NFT marketplace and thing, like as you said, there are multiple places that you can buy from, like Nifty Gateway, Rareable, Foundation app,
Open
and
sea.
I coincidentally,
Yeah.
yeah, and coincidentally, I work in an open source organization that does the same. We are trying to build a marketplace for NFTs creators, and but we're trying to link the social cause, because as of right now ev- the social cause is this thing. Like if I'm not doing any social goods, like artists say like I've donated all of this money to this charity, but what's the proof of this? He can be faking it.
Mm.
This brings like a there's a lack of transparency in this, and we are trying to say that we are trying to solve that issue. So that's why like I have a lot of information about this stuff. So that's what like NFT for me that I basic understand. It's linked to the artist first of all, and it's like to just like to make an NFT, it took like $200 gas fee. So it's like you can say just to make that image on a blockchain, it takes gas fee, which is around as of right now, because the gas fee is too high, it's take like 100 and $150 just to
Mm.
like make that an image to an NFT. So there is like a transition from an image to an NFT. You upload the image and the image is on the blockchain, you do this stuff, and then it's created to an NFT, which has its own address and own identity on the blockchain. To do all of this stuff, it takes a cost, and that cost is like
Mm.
the gas fee, which we called. So that's how like the whole NFT, to my knowledge, works. And if you have anything you want to know, go ahead, go ahead. Throw me with questions.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask in terms of the gas fees thing. So does that mean it's only gonna be NFTs are only gonna be worth stuff or worth a lot, while Ethereum is having problems with gas fees? Like so, as we know, stuff like Cardano, almost 100% decentralized, and they're
Yeah,
almost up to date with their mainnet.
yeah,
Polkadot 2 is planning a mainnet launch
yeah,
2021. All these
yeah, yeah,
competitors to
yeah,
Ethereum that offer gasless exchanges.
yeah,
Binance is a perfect example of
yeah,
they're implementing it right now with
yeah.
Binance and
Chain.
CakeSwap and
Yeah,
PancakeSwap
yeah,
and all that. So like
yeah,
once gas
yeah,
fees are
yeah,
solved, is our NFTs gonna? It'd probably be like maybe
yeah,
$30 max to make the NFTs. Then at that point, if gas fees aren't a problem anymore,
yeah.
so what my question basically is, would it still have value?
Okay, okay, I got your point. So just to mention like the gas fee first, like because all of this is done, if it's done on an Ethereum chain, Ethereum ledger, it takes a gas fee. But
Mm-hmm.
if I do on any chain, if you like, I do on a Ripple chain, if you know, XRP, so the
Mm-hmm.
gas fee is very less, very like I'm saying like less than $1,
Exactly.
and the
Yeah.
transition take place from uploading it this and this, it takes in on an Ethereum or a Bitcoin ledger, it can take up to hours, but on an XRP it can take up to 5 seconds.
Exactly.
But the gas fee is an issue, I understand that, but then it all comes to like what we bring value, like what, like the why the NFTs are selling for so high, because the artists have to pay like let's suppose $200 upfront. So they need, and they have put on the works and hours, so they need like X amount of return. So that's why like they put it for 1 ETH, 2 ETH, 3 ETH. But let's suppose if the making an NFT is like 2 cents, so they might be able to sell some of the NFTs for $100 as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the value still brings with the artist. It's not like the NFT is minted and the ETH has value, so it has value. But the NFT value is always linked to the artist. That's what I understand. But like it's because the value is like different for different people.
Mm.
For something to be valuable, it's a relative term, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is the value to this? It's a conversation. But for someone it might be very valuable, and something it like for someone it might be shit.
Yeah.
Like the value is relatively, so that's why like the Logan Paul thing, it's like just an image, and there is like 3,000 images that were converted into NFT, and each one was sold for 1 ETH or 2 ETH. But I can say I click a screenshot, so I have that, but literally on a blockchain level I don't have that.
Yeah.
I don't have that ownership, if you mean what I'm saying. Like it's all about like the, if you go deep into this space, you understand like the ownership is on the blockchain level.
Mm. Yeah. I guess it's for some people. It's definitely not for me. I just can't get it. I can't wrap my head around the point of it because it just doesn't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
It just doesn't do. It's just there. It's there. Okay, it's there. Okay, I own it, but I can't use it for anything. It doesn't do anything. It's not doing anything like okay.
It's
Third-
not
like
everyone's
third chain
cup of
room,
tea. It's not
that
everyone's cup of
accumulate-
tea.
Exactly. Like it's not something like owning like third chain tokens that would be earning me or anything DeFi that would be earning me returns on my
True.
tokens and my money. That makes sense. I can understand why the gas
But-
fees around that are insanely high. But anything that's just you just own it, like I don't get it.
But every art piece is the same. You just own it. Like let's suppose you buy Mona Lisa or any artist stuff. You just own it. It's like a piece of art. It's similar to this. To NFT is similar to that thing.
See, the difference is that I know what the Mona Lisa is, and I know who Leonardo da Vinci is. So I can say, okay,
The artist.
if it's because of his clouds that the Mona Lisa is worth what it is, fair enough. I can understand that. But I don't know who made Logan Paul's NFTs. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's some dude down the street in LA that made it for $20 an hour, or some person in France that made it for like hours and hours to get detailed designs. you don't know. It's just some person who
Gotcha.
has social media following saying, "Okay, I'm dropping this, buy it," and people buy it. I don't understand. Like it's not doing anything. It just doesn't make sense to me though. But I can understand if other people want it so that they can
Yeah.
say they own it. I can. If that's for them, fair enough. But like, I need some. If I'm buying something, I want it to have value and do something for me. That's what I'm investing it for, right?
I totally understand. It's like I also took like it took me like months to wrap this all thing around my head. So it took some time for me to understand. But as I said, it's not everyone's cup of tea. As like Bitcoin, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Mm.
It's similar to this. So I totally
Yeah.
understand your point. But yeah, yeah. Anything you wanna ask, or we should wrap up? Like it's been an hour and a half, and it's been great talking to you.
Yeah. I'd say though, I just want to ask one more question. Yeah, like, are you the people you're working for with the NFT thing? Are they like dropping it? Are they dropping anything like a token or some NFT launch anytime soon? I just
So we are making a marketplace, so we don't drop. So we are like the Amazon. You can drop it. So it's
oh
like any artist can drop on our platform. So we are making a platform for them. We are not dropping on our own. We are making a platform for them to drop it, and it's linked to a social cause. So if let's suppose you buy an artist, I'm a buyer, you an artist. I buy your art. So every purchase that has been happened, a percentage of that will be go to a social organization. So that brings a
okay
social element to it, and it's verifiable
okay
because in blockchain. So like an artist says, I donated $100,000 to this charity, but like how do you verify?
mm.
That's the issue right now with the social organization stuff. So we are trying to like make that and bring that. It's a creator economy, creative economy.
Yeah, okay.
That's how it is. You can check it. You can check it right now. It's just like it's a sign up page. It's called Doing Good, DOINGUD.com.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's .com. I'm gonna check it. It's Doing Good, DOINGUD. I will share the link if it's not open. You can find
Yeah.
all of our social media. It's like you can find it. Yeah, DOINGUD. So it's like this. So yeah, it's like it's a community of people that are trying to solve like the community issue, like the social cause. We are trying to solve that issues, and we
Mm.
had like an earlier product was fight pandemics. So like it has been a different thing. So as of right now, we are building on NFT marketplace.
Mm. Doing
And anything
good.com.
else?
Okay, I see it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that's pretty much it for me. This is
Very insightful for me. I must say it was very insightful, and like it was great talking to you. It has been an experience. It's like 1.5 hour or so.
mm-hmm.
It passed right away. It
Yeah.
passed right away. I did not notice even a single second pass by, and it's been like literally great talking to you with man.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate that taking out the time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It was oh, very fun. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. Love to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Feel free if you are free, have some time anywhere over the next months. Feel free, ping me. We can do this once again. We have different topics. This whole industry is booming.
Yes.
We will not have like lack of topics to talk about.
Definitely.
Yep. Feel free to ping me anytime. I'm on like always available, and like cool. Thanks man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.